Shalom, call Loyum, Wakabah, La Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. And that's clearly what the Heavenly Father is doing. All right, he's turning them Russians all the way up. And we know that they're going to be, instrumental in the fulfillment of Babylon being totally wiped out, by dragging them into this world's war. It's only going to end nuclear, which is why now, they're trying to, talk some sense into Putin because they're really contemplating, going all out nuclear with NATO. All right, but we know that the Heavenly Father got to, put some finishing touches as far as his prophecies is concerned before he can, make that final adjustment, that final move. All right, but as of now, the Lord is he's mustering the host of the battle. He's preparing, for that particular time. And right now what we're seeing with Putin, he announcing a partial mobilization of Russian troops for Ukraine. And this is after they then declared a referendum, since February they went in and invaded. And you have different territories within Ukraine that they was able to invade and possess. And now I think you have three different regions that are now up for taking. And right now they got to, bring forth a referendum to see if those places are going to be annexed, into joining Russia. So, right now they want to cast votes on if they're going to join Russia. And you got the people that are out there against it. That's they protesting it. They protesting the mobilization of the troops. They don't want the war to escalate, but it's too bad, because we in that time, man. All right. First, Yahushua said there will be wars and rumors of wars, and even though this applies to that time frame in from 66 to 70 A.D., where you was gonna have wars between the Zealots and Rome, you can apply it to now because there's many different proxies that are being fought. All right, and eventually all these nations are going to be drawn into this major world war. All right, which you had America in the West that's been in the dominant position of power for quite some time now, but then you got the emergence of Russia, China, Iran, and all their allies that are joining together with them, the BRICS nations, and they rival this current dominant hegemon. So you're definitely gonna have wars. So let's get Matthew 24. Let's start at 6, and then eventually we're gonna get to this little clip of Vladimir Putin announcing the mobilization. It's Matthew 24 verse 6. It says, "And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." And we're seeing that unfold. All right, Russia and Ukraine having issues because of NATO. All right, which is Esau rising up against Esau. You got China joining in, and they also are challenging America's audacity to try to um, interfere with Taiwan. They made it known that if you try to intervene with Taiwan, we're gonna have a problem. So you know all type of things happening. All right, the Israeli government fighting proxies against Iran over there in Syria. Constantly attacking each other and their bases and grids. So we in those times, man. Kingdom rising against kingdom, and there should be famines, a shortage of food supply. We witnessed that happen, over the past year and a half now. You know, we don't know what's going on over there in Sri Lanka because they stopped reporting on it, but I'm pretty sure they're still suffering there, and all the different places where they're suffering economic woes. High level inflation, like over there in Europe, because of Russia, shutting down supplies to Europe. Some of those areas over there, they're suffering, so they're having shortages. All right, especially with the farmers and different things. People setting out, striking, protesting, and it's causing those products on the shelves to reduce. All right, so we're going to see more of this take place. It says in pestilences, all kind of diseases, worldwide, viruses. All right, and at the latest, you got them STDs, skyrocketing again all throughout the U.S. Because whoredom and debauchery is at an all-time high. So, the Lord's getting these freaks back one way or another. It says in earthquakes in diverse places. You just had one in I think it was what, Japan, if I'm not mistaken, and they had I think they had a tsunami warning right after, and then Mexico just had one. All right, and these were big earthquakes. So we seeing these things all being reported in the news as we speak. So prophecy is speaking right now. It says all these are the beginning of sorrows. All right. So we're there. All right, and the Lord's going to turn these things up even more. So without further ado, let's listen to this little clip right quick, and you're gonna see because he's speaking in his language, in Russian language, but you could read the head title, so it's like the subtitle, so you can understand what he's saying. So it's a partial, and they're saying about roughly 300,000 troops. All right, because they already know that they're gonna have to apply more pressure, due to Ukraine's um pushback. They fighting back, so to speak. But this is all part of the Lord stirring the Medes up. And when you look up that word stir up, let's go to it real quick. This is Isaiah 13 and 17, and this chapter is going into you know the destruction of America, in which America is going to fall to Russia and their allies in a nuclear war, and that's what this chapter is really about. All right, it's going to be of the Lord's doing. It says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them." And what does it say in Proverbs 21 and 1? The heart of the king is in the hands of the Lord. All right. And as like rivers of water, he turneth from whithersoever he will. So the Lord is controlling the minds, of these leaders, primarily Putin. Since he represents the leadership of Russia, they're being stirred up. It says, "Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it." Money won't even matter because it's at this point, the Western did too much. All right, basically then spent all these decades taking land from the original Soviet Union, and so that spirit that old ancient Soviet spirit being stirred back up into the Medes, or should I say Gog and Magog, the Lord putting hooks into their jaws. He's pushing back. He wants to take that back, man. All right. So the Lord is the one who's stirring them up. So let's look up that word stir up. And the word is Iwar. Iwar, and it says to rouse oneself, awaken insight. All right. To rouse oneself awake, to be roused, to stir up, rouse, incite. So these Russians are being incited to take on NATO in the West. And they know, as as powerful as the US and NATO is together, the only way to defeat that beast is through them arrows, which is why he keeps talking about, retaliating with nuclear force. All right. Because they're being incited. All right. Their troops, getting, them losing men, them, painting certain narratives, one-sided narratives through the media to make Russia look bad. So they're being, their backs pushed against the wall. Plus, we know that the globalists are pushing against Russia because they're in the way of their so-called New World Order. Russia, they want a New World Order, but they don't want the globalist New World Order that they're pushing for. Okay, so yeah, this thing's gonna get ugly. It says incite. It says encourage or stir up violent or unlawful behavior. Stir up, whip up, work up. So these Russians are they're getting worked up. America and NATO was getting Russia worked up to where they want to mobilize troops. They want to position nuclear missiles. You want to talk about using nuclear force if you got to, you know. And then recently there was footage of them releasing. I forget what was it, man. But basically, it was like some type of bombs that they were running on Ukraine. You see, yeah, thermite. They was raining thermite bombs on some region in Ukraine. Let me see if I can go on YouTube and see. Let me go back. Maybe this is it right here. And when you look at the footage, man, it literally looked like fire and brimstone raining down on that region. Feel like it's a damn. Let me get past this. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. And that's a, and guess what? Even though this is, just a chemical attack, the Lord's gonna have it to where these nations are gonna use nukes. And when they come down on America, it's gonna look just like this from an aerial view. All right, when you going up there into outer space, you look down on America, that's what it's gonna look like. All right, a bunch of ICBM nuclear warheads just raining down. All right, all you're gonna see is fire and smoke. All right, and this is what the Lord did to Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Okay, and that's the reward of the wicked. That's the portion of their cup. He's gonna rain fire and brimstone upon them. Psalms 11:6. Anyway, let's finish a little more, and then we'll get back to scriptures. Woo! 4,000 degrees. Oh my, yo. And this shows one thing for sure. This man definitely lives by that sword, you know. And we living in a time of that great sword being given to the red horse to take away peace from the earth. That they should kill one another. All right, just constant war because this man was given that blessing, and that's why there'll never be peace on earth until this man is finally taken down. But anyway, getting back into it, y'all just got to see that. So the Lord has pretty much incited these Russians, and now you're seeing them acting, in a violent manner. All right, they're being worked up, and you know, hey, it says right here, fan the flames of. Apostle coined this year the year of the Lord turning things up. You know, when you fan the flames of something, that means you turning the fire up, so to speak. You turning the heat up, and that's what the Heavenly Father's doing. All right, with these nations, man, preparing them for war against each other. All right, and there's going to be no winners amongst the nations. All right, the only winner that's going to get the victory is Yahushua and the Israelites. All right, starting with the elect. All right, but the rest of these nations that's going to be over for them. But this is all just another step in that direction, man, in regards to prophecy. All right, so I'm not going to even play this video, but this is from RT, and we know that RT is no longer on YouTube. So, but this segment is like maybe almost 5 minutes. So I'll probably leave a link to it. So if y'all want to, any brothers want to watch the report on RT, but that's what's going down. All right. So Putin announcing a partial mobilization. That's just the Lord mustering the host of the battle. All right. Now, real quick, let's look up that term mobilize real quick. Mobilize. It says of a country or its government prepare and organize troops for active service. In other words, I'm rallying the troops. I'm calling for for a draft, and pretty soon we're gonna see that happen over here in the States as well. All right, you're gonna see a bunch of you know, street niggas, all right, niggas with AKs chopping each other down. All right, they're gonna be called into this war. So now you can put them guns to use now. Stop chopping down on your own fellow brothers, man. You'll have N dubs, they're gonna be getting sent. All right, since they want to be men so much, well, they're gonna be given that opportunity to go and stand on the front line like men normally do. All right, but this is what's going on. It says marshal, deploy, muster, rally, call to arms, call up, summon. All right, and that's why I quoted Isaiah that the Lord is basically going to muster the host of the battle. Let's jump up to Isaiah 13 and 3. It says, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones from my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise in the kingdoms of nations gathered together. For the Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. So the Lord is really, he's the one that's doing the mobilization. He's just using Putin. And it's just a partial mobilization. But when things get heated, when it gets turned up even more, it's going to be hundreds of thousands of them, then millions of them. All right. And then, you're going to have the ultimate battle of Armageddon, the war of Armageddon, mounting up the troops. All right. So there's going to be more things that's going to be happening. This ain't going to stop. It's not going to die down. It's going to continue to escalate. Turn down for what? Like Lil John said, the Lord ain't going to turn nothing down. All right. So there it is, man. And let me get Joel 3. Yeah, Joel 3 and 9, it says, proclaim you this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about till the cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. The Lord's ready about he's ready about to judge these nations, these heathens, man. All right. They're proud as hell. And they think because they're in position, to rule, that, that's just what it's gonna be. But your dominion's getting ready to be taken away. And it's gonna come straight to the saints. All right. That's why you read up above, it says that the Lord's gonna bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. All right. And all you nations are getting into it. The Lord is stirring things up amongst you to bring you into that war, only so that you can be wiped out, so that the Lord can bring his people. Because ultimately, the Lord's going to, return the true children of the Most High who these nations scattered abroad. He's going to bring them back. And the least of the flock that's going to draw Babylon and different other nations into it, that land is gonna get hit, and them rats over there, they're gonna get they're gonna get bombed, so to speak. All right. So yeah, man. So this is something to look forward to, and we're gonna continue to watch. As the scriptures say, to watch, be watchful. Okay, because his word is definitely speaking. So without further ado, I'm gonna just end it right there. Lord willing, is edifying, and we give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shai. To the next lesson. Shalom.